A party of young bucks in carnival masks were swaggering around by a statue of Venus. They tried to waylay her with wine, but she hurried on. The path grew darker as she progressed deeper into the gardens. Couples giggled in the shadows. Young gentlemen sweet-talking shop-girls into parting with their dubious virtue. Clerks and apprentices fallen prey to Vauxhall's whores. Caro herself was not unfamiliar with this part of the gardens. God might see everything, but husbands didn't, especially when they were sojourned in France, neglecting their wife and child. Nevertheless, her pulse was erratic. Every danger was heightened now, and anyone who saw her down here would presume she was meeting a lover. Curls of river fog drifted towards her. The fireworks boomed like a salvo of cannon. On either side, the trees pressed in, the path deserted. Caro turned into the dark walk that ran alongside the eastern wall of the gardens, nearly colliding with the man coming the other way. She cried out in horror, drawing back. Two bulging eyes loomed at her over a long, grotesque beak, a broad-brimmed hat casting the rest of the face into shadow. Caro backed up against the trees, half paralysed with terror. But the man in the mask brushed past her without a word. Collecting herself, a little shaken by the incident, she pressed on. Abutting the garden's wall were the bowers, a dozen or more little chambers carved into the greenery, invisible from the path. Soft laughter drifted on the breeze, and a voice murmured faint endearments. People hung hats or tied handkerchiefs to the lamps outside each bower, and Caro looked for their agreed signal. An ostrich feather. Spotting it, tied to a lamp up ahead, she glanced around herself. Danger upon danger, but she'd come too far to turn back now. Hurrying into the bower, she stopped, drawing up short. A lantern, a stone bench, willows stirring in the breeze, these were the things she expected to see. Not a woman lying on the ground, her body curled like a question mark, the stomacher of her pink gown stained a shocking dark red. One of her gloved hands clawed at a wound in her throat, the other lay limp next to a blood-stained document on the grass. Caro stared, confused, half expecting the woman to rise and laugh at the joke. It was as if she'd stepped into one of Jacopo Sagnetti's paintings. The woman groaned, a raw, inhuman sound, and more details lodged in Caro's mind. Blood in the woman's chestnut hair, one slipper on, one slipper off, her bone-white face, at once alien and familiar. Oh, Lord! Oh, no! Oh, Lucia! Still she stared, at Lucia's contorted mouth, at the blood, so much blood. Don't just stand there, you have to help her, move! Dropping to her knees, the soil wet with blood beneath them, she pulled off her cloak. More blood pumped from several deep, dark wounds in Lucia's stomach. Caro tried to staunch the flow, but her cloak was soon heavy and sodden in her hands. "Who did this to you?" she cried helplessly. "Who did this?" Lucia's fingers found her own. She gazed at Caro as if from a distance. Her lips parted, her words a whisper. "He knows." Chapter 2. Walk away and do it like you mean it. Peregrine Child rose from the table and crossed the tavern floor. Eyes focused on the sawdust-strewn floorboards, he counted the seconds as he walked. 1, 2, 3.
13 guineas,
Jenny Wren said. Better than 15, but still too much. Child paused, but didn't turn.
The watch is only worth 20. My client might as well buy himself a new one. 7 guineas is a lot of money, Perry.
Now Child turned, but only so she could see the seriousness of his intent.
Not to him. If I go to him with 13, he'll laugh in my face. There's pride at stake here. He was robbed.
Jenny scowled, and a beauty spot wobbled on her cheek like a wart on a toad. Her wig was 2 feet high, powdered a delicate shade of violet, a convenient repository for stolen goods, Child supposed.